Hi, my name is Mary. If this is the first time you are visiting our channel, hit the subscribe button and turn on the notifications. Note, this video is the second part of the explanation. If you don't watch the first part, you should watch it for more value. You'll find the link in the description or in the end screen. If you found this video informative and actionable, if you got some value out of it, go and hit that like button and then subscribe for more videos. In the last video, we did stop on the number 8. Avoid drinking beer. So, now we will continue with number 9. Avoid non-caloric sweeteners. Many people replace sugar with non-caloric sweeteners in the belief that this will reduce their calorie intake and cause weight loss. It sounds plausible. Several studies, however, have failed to show obvious positive effects on weight loss by consuming non-caloric sweeteners instead of plain sugar. According to scientific studies, non-caloric sweeteners may increase appetite and maintain cravings for sweet food. And one recent independent study showed that switching drinks with non-caloric sweeteners to water helped women lose weight. Link of study will be in the description. This might be due to increased insulin secretion in anticipation that sugar will appear in the blood. Maybe that is why something odd happened when I tested Pepsi Max. Additionally, for people who are susceptible, non-caloric sweeteners can maintain a desire for sweets and lead to sugary or starchy snack cravings. If you're having trouble losing weight, I suggest that you avoid sweeteners. As a bonus, you'll likely find it easier to enjoy the natural sweetness of real food, once you're no longer adapted to the overpowering sweetness of processed low-carb food products and diet sodas. 10. Review any medications. Many prescription drugs can stall your weight loss. Discuss any change in treatment with your doctor. Here are the 3 most common offenders. 1. Insulin injections, especially at higher doses, are probably the worst obstacle for weight loss for many people. There are 3 ways to reduce your need for insulin. A. Eat fewer carbs, which makes it easier to lose weight. The fewer carbs you eat, the less insulin you need. Remember to work closely with your healthcare provider to ensure you safely lower your doses. B. If this isn't enough, treatment with metformin tablets at a dose of 2 to 3 grams per day can decrease the need for insulin, at least for people with type 2 diabetes. C. If this is not enough to get off insulin, again, for people with type 2 diabetes, discuss with your doctor if it is appropriate to try newer drugs like Victoza, Saxenda, liraglutide, or Byetta exenatide. These reduce the need for insulin and may cause weight loss, but possible long-term side effects are still unknown. 2. Other diabetes medications, like insulin-releasing tablets, e.g. sulfonylureas, often led to weight gain. These include monodiol, glipizide, euglucon, glibenclamide, and dianyl glyburide. Tablets like Avandia, Actos, Starlix, and Novonorm also encourage weight gain. But not metformin. 3. Cortisone as an oral drug is another common issue, e.g. prednisolone. Cortisone may cause weight gain in the long run, especially at higher doses, e.g. more than 5 mg prednisolone per day. Unfortunately, cortisone is often an essential medication for those who are prescribed it, but the dose should be adjusted frequently in concert with your healthcare provider so you don't take more than you need. These other medications can also cause problems. Number 1. Neuroleptics. Antipsychotic drugs can often encourage weight gain, especially newer drugs like Zyprexa, olanzapine. Number 2. Some antidepressant medications can cause weight gain, especially the older tricyclic antidepressants (TCAs), such as triptazole, Serotin, amitriptyline, and anafranil, clomipramine, as well as newer drugs such as Remeron, mirtazapine. Lithium, for manic depressive disorder, often causes weight gain. The most common antidepressants known as SSRIs, for example, Celexa, citalopram, and Zoloft, sertraline, do not appear to impact weight significantly. Number 3. Some contraceptives may contribute to a slight weight gain, primarily those that contain only progesterone and no estrogen, for example, the mini pill, the contraceptive injection, or a contraceptive implant. Number 4. Blood pressure medication in the form of beta blockers may lead to weight gain in some individuals. These drugs include silocaine, metoprolol, and tenormin atenolol. Number 5. Epilepsy drugs may cause weight gain, e.g. carbamazepine and valproate. Number 6. Allergy medications and antihistamines can interfere with weight loss, especially at high doses. Cortisone is even worse, see above. Number 7. Antibiotics may possibly lead to a temporary weight gain by disturbing the gut microbiota and increasing the amount of energy we absorb from food. This is still speculative for humans, but it's a reason not to use antibiotics unless you truly need it. 11. Stressless, sleep more. Have you ever wished for more hours of sleep and less stressful life in general? Most people have. Stress and lack of sleep can be bad news for their weight. Chronic stress and inadequate sleep may increase levels of stress hormones such as cortisol in your body. This can cause increased hunger and may result in weight gain. If you're looking to lose weight, you should review possible ways to decrease or better handle excessive stress in your life. Although this often demands substantial changes, it may immediately affect your stress hormone levels and perhaps your weight. You should also make an effort to get enough good sleep, preferably every night. Strive to wake up refreshed of your own accord, independently of the alarm clock. If you're the kind of person who always gets brutally woken up by the alarm ringing, you might never be giving your body completely adequate rest. One way to combat this is to go to bed early enough for your body to wake up autonomously before the alarm clock goes off. Letting yourself get a good night's sleep is another way of reducing stress hormone levels. Sleep deprivation, on the other hand, goes hand in hand with sugar cravings. It also has an adverse effect on self-discipline and makes it painfully easy to give in to temptation. It's no coincidence that induced sleep deprivation is a common interrogation technique. Similarly, sleep deprivation weakens your resolve to work out. 12. Eat less of dairy products and nuts. Can you eat as much as you like and still lose weight? This often works well with a low-carbohydrate diet, as appetite regulation often improves. However, despite the fact that a low-carbohydrate diet generally makes it easier to eat just enough, there are foods classified as low-carb which become a problem in larger quantities. If you find yourself having a hard time losing weight on a low-carb diet, you could try to be more careful with dairy products, yogurt, cream, cheese, nuts. Dairy products contain varying amounts of lactose, milk sugar, which could potentially slow down weight loss. Consequently, cutting back on dairy products may help accelerate weight loss. This applies especially to dairy products typically lacking in fat, such as regular milk and various yogurts. But be careful with full-fat dairies such as cream and cheese all the same, as they are easy to overindulge in. Exempt from all these dairy product warnings is butter, which is almost pure fat. Generally speaking, butter may be consumed as desired, but pay attention to fullness cues if your goal is weight loss. If it is overconsumed, dietary fat will be burned for fuel instead of body fat. Nuts, the second food to watch, contain a fair amount of carbohydrate, and it's very easy to unwittingly scarf down large quantities. Cashew nuts are among the worst carb-wise. You'll find that they contain around 20% carbohydrate by weight. For someone following a strict keto diet with 20 grams of carbs per day allowance, this means that consuming 100 grams of cashews, which happens in a flash, will have filled their daily quota. Peanuts tend to be around 10 to 15% carbohydrate, not putting them in the clear either. So, for those of you having trouble losing weight, use nuts sparingly. When in a situation where nuts are an absolute must, know that the most harmless ones carb-wise are macadamia nuts, usually around 5% carbs, or Brazil nuts, 4%. 13. Supplement vitamins and minerals. Your body needs a certain amount of essential vitamins and minerals to function properly. What happens when you don't get enough of them? What happens when you eat too little food or when the food you eat isn't sufficiently nutritious? It is possible that our bodies catch on and reply by increasing hunger levels. After all, if we eat more, we increase the chances of consuming enough of whatever nutrient we are lacking. On the other hand, reliable access to vitamins and minerals could perhaps mean decreased hunger levels and decreased cravings, thereby promoting weight loss. The above is speculation without strong supporting evidence. But there are a few studies which suggest it might not be far from the truth. Vitamin D. A lack of vitamin D could be the most common deficiency in northern countries such as Canada and some of the US. 3 recent studies indicate that, when compared to a placebo, a vitamin D supplement could help decrease your fat mass or waist measurement. In one of the studies, 77 overweight or obese women received either a supplement of 1,000 units of vitamin D or a placebo, every day for 3 months. Although the total weight loss was similar, those who took the vitamin D supplement decreased their body fat by 2.7 kilograms, 6 pounds on average. This was significantly more than the placebo group, whose average fat loss was only 0.4 kilograms, less than 1 pound. Multivitamins. A study from 2010 involved around 100 women with weight issues, separating them into 3 groups. One group received a daily multivitamin supplement, the other a daily calcium supplement, and the last group only a placebo. The study went on for 6 months. Unsurprisingly, the results showed that nothing had happened to the weight of the women receiving calcium or the placebo. However, the group that took the multivitamin lost more weight, an average of 3.6 kilograms, 8 pounds, more, and improved several of their health markers. Among other things, their basal metabolic rate, the rate at which the body burns calories when at rest, increased. Although the differences were small, they were statistically significant. Conclusion. Nutrient-dense, whole food is certainly the foundation of weight loss. But an adequate amount of vitamin D can be difficult to ingest via food, especially for those who are vegetarian or don't eat fatty fish, the main dietary source of vitamin D, on a regular basis. In the case of a lack of sun, such as during the darker months of fall and winter, it may be wise to supplement for health reasons, and perhaps even for your weight. In addition, if you're overweight and not entirely sure that your diet provides enough nutrients, it may be worthwhile to take a multivitamin pill. While the evidence is not strong, there is likely little downside and you may see a small benefit. 14. Use intermittent fasting. There are many things to consider before moving on to tip number 14, but don't let this concern you. This is one of the most effective weapons available to lose weight. It may be perfect if you are stuck at a weight loss plateau despite doing everything right, or to speed up your weight loss. This weapon is called intermittent fasting. It means exactly what it sounds like, not eating during a specified time interval. Recommended first option 16 to 8. Probably the most popular option is fasting for 16 hours including sleep, which is usually easy to do on a keto diet. It requires trading breakfast for a cup of coffee, or some other non-caloric fluid, and having lunch as the first meal of the day. Fasting from 8 p.m. to 12 noon, for example, equals 16 hours of fasting. Another option is to skip dinner, eat breakfast and lunch within 8 hours, for instance, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m., and then don't eat again until 8 a.m. the next morning. There are many other versions of intermittent fasting, but this 16 to 8 method, 16 hours of not eating with an 8-hour eating window, is the one we recommend as a first option. It's often effective, generally easy to do, and does not require counting calories. You can do a 16 to 8 fast as often as you like. For example, twice a week, on weekdays only, or every single day. The more often you do it, the more effective it may be. In fact, on a keto diet, some people spontaneously fall into this habit, as their appetite is reduced. 15. Exercise wisely. Do you wonder why this weight loss tip doesn't show up until number 15 on the list? It's because exercise is greatly overrated as a single intervention for weight loss. Have you ever watched The Biggest Loser? The participants take leave from their jobs and family for months. They are allowed only small portions of food, and work out as though it were their full-time job 40 hours a week, sometimes more. This method is clearly unsustainable for the average person in the long run. Just taking the stairs instead of the elevator, or getting off the bus one stop earlier, is probably not going to change the numbers on your bathroom scale. It's a myth. Studies show that if you just start exercising, you're likely going to need at least 30 to 60 minutes of workouts per day to noticeably lose weight. Part of the reason is that exercise makes people hungrier, and eating more reduces the effect on weight. While the effect of exercise on our weight is overrated, exercise can still provide meaningful health improvements, even without weight loss. You can learn more in our guide on exercise. But it's not a good idea to eat unhealthy processed food and drink sugar water, so-called sports drinks, and then exercise for hours daily just to compensate. Metaphorically, that's like digging a hole, into which you put your ladder, on which you stand and paint the basement-level windows of your house. Thank you for watching. I hope you found this video informative and actionable. If you got some value out of it, go and hit that like button and then subscribe for more videos. Make sure to leave a comment if you have any questions. See you in the next video.